How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, come see me, Agent Janine Blankenship in Effingham.
All right, so this evening, on a Wednesday evening, one of my second interview I have coming later this evening, talking with veteran official Dana Anderson. First of all, Dana, when did you graduate?
I graduated in 1976 from Sturgeon-Strasburg High School, and then I went 2 years to Lakeland College and graduated from there in 1978.
Did you play any sports, and which ones did you play?
In high school, I played basketball and baseball. Played on some pretty good teams. My sophomore through senior year, we won the regional each year and played in the championship of the sectional, and actually won the sectional my sophomore year. And in baseball, I played all 4 years at the varsity level, and my junior year we won our first ever regional. Back then there was only a one-class system.
Back then, yep.
So, and then I played 2 years in college at Lakeland, played baseball.
So how did you start getting officiating?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. Back in the 80s, I was playing a lot of fast-pitch softball. And Terry Prummer and I, he's my neighbor, lives down the road. We played on the same team for Tate Farm Equipment, and we were riding the games together all the time. I told Terry I need a way to make a little extra money. He said, well, you and I should start officiating together. And I thought about it for a while, and I thought, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be an official. But he finally talked me into it, so I said, okay, Terry, we're going to do this. I'll send off and get all the information from the IHSA, and then we'll fill it out, send it back in, we'll start officiating. Well, I sent mine back in, got my license, and Terry never did.
He didn't get it, really?
He never did get it, but then he started coaching later on.
So how many years have you been officiating?
I officiated for 35 years. I did my last game in 2019, super sectional at Carbondale.
How'd that feel?
Oh, that was awesome, getting to work on a college floor and a high-level game like that. It's pretty exciting.
So name some of the officials that have helped you along the way.
Well, got to name Andy Poland and Jack Scott for sure. Daryl Stremming, definitely. Steve DeClerc. Of course, my two guys I refereed with, Bob Schlechte and Carl Repking. Those guys.
Carl's my dad, by the way.
Yes. And it's just a lot of fun working with those guys and talking to them.
What level have you officiated?
Well, the highest level I ever worked at in high school was I refereed the state finals. I was lucky enough to go in 2017 and work 2 games at Peoria that year. In 2018, I worked 2 games again and was able to work the championship game of the 2A class.
So what did meaning for you going to state, representing this area, what did that mean to you?
Oh, it meant a lot to me. When I first started out refereeing, I just was doing it for the extra money, but I started seeing where if I wanted to work at it, I could move up the ladder. And I used to go to super sectional games every year at Charleston and see guys working on it. I thought, man, I can referee as good as these guys. I want to do that game someday. I want to be the guy that's working at super sectional or going to the state. So I worked hard over the years and finally made it there.
So where are some of your favorite gyms to officiate?
Well, there's several of them. I kind of made a list of them, actually, Tyler. Shelbyville, always loved working
That's
there.
a great place,
Before I was refereeing in sectionals and stuff, we used to go there for sectionals every year. They held it there, so that's a great gymnasium. Altamont, during the NTC tournament, it's awesome. The atmosphere is just terrific. Casey's another place I love to referee. It's a unique gymnasium.
Set up so well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Go
Rochester, I've refereed there in a sectional. It's a really neat gymnasium. Of course, St. Anthony now. I love refereeing on that floor. There's so much room and a lot of seating capacity on both sides, so you can get big crowds in there. Muhammad Seymour, another one.
They have a big gym.
Yeah, they do, and it's really nice. And then another one, people around here might not know about is McLeansboro. It's got a really
I
nice
was
gym,
there for the first
kinda
time when Lady
unique.
She's played down there. I've never seen the lighting and the gym set up that way, and I'm like, it's very unique, but it was something cool to see for the
Yeah,
first time.
Pretty cool.
So, where are some of the best players and coaches that you've officiated?
Okay. Well, I made a list of them. I couldn't read, off the top of my head, I can't think of everybody, but a few of them are like Ron Reed, that coached at Effingham and at North Clay. I remember when he was coaching at North Clay, he'd have some of the shortest teams in any league, anywhere, but he'd get the most out of those players, and they would give their best, and they'd battle anybody. He was just a smart coach, and he knew how to coach. Randy Bishop's another one, coached at Casey for a while. I think he's at Lawrenceville now. My coach in high school was Monty Norn, and then I watched Monty coach at Stu Strauss in the 90s again when he took them to state. He's a great coach, great human being.
Great human being.
Think a lot of Monty. Ken Crawford from T-Town.
Oh, man.
He was awesome, and you ever get him away from the basketball floor telling stories, I could listen to him forever. He's a funny man.
He can go on and on, couldn't he?
Rob Flanagan from
Olney, Hall of Fame coach.
yeah.
Yep.
And then two young guys I thought of right now, Chet Reeder
He's good.
and Cody Rinker.
They're
I
good-
think
they're
they're
good
both
guys.
think they're both sharp and class acts.
They work hard with their kids, and they put a lot of time into it.
Players I thought of, now I'm going way back here, Ryan Grant from Effingham. He was a pretty awesome player. He went on to SLU and played down there. Myers Leonard, of course, he's playing professionally
Playing for the Miami Heat
now.
now. He's kicking butt for them right
Yeah,
now.
I saw him play. Connor Heaton, Central
Star.
A&M, he's pretty awesome. Watch Mitch Custer, Ryan Cox, Brittany Boogie, Mark Gertz, some of those guys back in the day. They were really good players.
That's a heck of a list to have, Dana.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list of guys I've seen or refereed over the years. Yeah.
So, with the shortage of officials, what are your thoughts on getting more officials?
Well, I really think it needs to start at the high school level with athletic directors getting involved with kids. I didn't start till I was 24 years old.
Wow.
I wish I would have started sooner. If kids think about it, it's a good way to make extra money, especially if you're going on to college. Kids that aren't going to be playing sports in college, if they want to stay connected, they could referee. They could set their own schedule, what nights they want to referee and what nights they don't want to, especially with girls and boys. You could referee almost every night of the week if you wanted to, and you make extra money. They help put you through college. I know Bill Fritcher, superintendent at Neoga. I'm pretty sure Bill did that when he was going to school. He refereed all the way through college, made extra money that way.
The extra income is helpful, especially that kind of a situation.
But I really think the ADs have to get involved and kind of put that out there for the kids. When I was president of our association, we tried to do something like that, but it didn't go over very well. I know the AD at T-Town, he tried to help us quite a bit, and he got some kids from T-Town, but I think that was the only school we ever really ended up getting any from. Yeah.
So the final question I have for Dana tonight is, what have you enjoyed about officiating?
Well, again, like I said earlier, the camaraderie, I really enjoyed hanging out with your dad and with Bob Schlechte. I really missed that this year. I did go to a couple of games with him, but it's not the same when you're not officiating. But when you are, and you talk about the games, when you're going there and things you want to work on and odd plays that happen and just things like that, it helps keep you in good shape.
Yes.
And you make a little extra money.
So I know that was the final question, but kind of speaking of my dad and Bob, what's it mean to have two guys that you know so well to do the game with?
Well, that helps so much. I mean, and I don't really know why they don't keep officials that work together all the time together when you work regionals, sectionals, super sectionals, whatever. You just work together all the time. You understand each other. You know what the other one's doing. You're on the same page all the time. We still have pre-games. We talk about stuff before every game. We don't just go out there and start refereeing. We sit down and we talk about the game, what we want to do, things we want to, watch for during the game. So it's just a lot of fun that you have two guys that can think alike and work alike. And it's pretty special too that your dad has worked the state finals. I
years
worked
in a
the
row,
state
yeah.
finals, and now Bob went up there this year for the
And I'm
first
talking
time.
about tomorrow night.
But he didn't get officiate, so pretty proud of that.
This is Dana Anderson. We're 3 miles west of Stewartson where he lives, so I'm glad I got to come talk to him. Dana, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah.
So you give you a little thing. You know what's going around. So, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this, and let me know in the feedback, okay? Thank you. Bye.